The man just wanted to have a sip of water. Unexpectedly, the tap was green. He wanted to open the window to take a breath, but what appeared in front of him was scene of the end of the world. The man was stunned. The 3 buildings not far away collapsed and stacked together, and he tied the building with a rope. The car even came down from the high-rise bridge hospital. The man thought he was out of his mind. He hurried to the hospital for a checkup. As a result, the male nurse gave him 3 sticks. The man obediently put them in his mouth, ears, and ass. Unexpectedly, the device made an alarm sound. It turned out that the nurse got the device in the wrong position. The man had to do it again. After the checkup, he went to see a doctor, until he saw the newspaper on the table. The man found out that he had traveled to 500 years later, and there was a tattoo of his identity on everyone's wrist. The doctor found that he had no ID. He immediately pressed the alarm button. The man was caught by the police on the spot. He was put in a cage and sent to court, although the court also found a lawyer for the man. As a result, the lawyer sent him directly to prison. Then the man was strangled and sent to the trial room, because everyone has to do an IQ test before entering the prison. What is 1 + 1 = 2? The man answered the problem of 500 years. It turns out that the IQ of humans in this world has become super low 500 years ago, because the high IQ people don't want children, and the low IQ people like to eat and be lazy. They like to reproduce. So the IQ of humans is getting lower and lower. In order to preserve the genes of high IQ, scientists are going to carry out a secret sleep experiment. Put a man and a woman in a sleep chamber to sleep. I didn't expect the experiment to take place for a short time. This scientist was caught because of the problem of style, and this project was forgotten. The lab was demolished. The sleep chamber was also thrown into the garbage dump. The IQ of humans is getting lower and lower. The garbage in the garbage dump is piled up into a mountain. Finally, one day, the garbage mountain collapsed. Thousands of tons of garbage flowed into the city. The sleep chamber followed the garbage into the residents' homes, so the young marshal woke up from his sleep, and because he has no identity, so he was caught in the prison. The young marshal saw that the IQ of the people here was very low, so when he queued up in the prison, he pretended to be out of prison today. I didn't expect the guards to believe him. He untied the young marshal's handcuffs. The young marshal took the opportunity to run out of the prison. He ran back to Huang Mao's house. From Huang Mao's mouth. In this era, there is a time-traveling machine that can return to the original world. So the two went to find the time-traveling machine. On the way, the young marshal found Xiao Mei sleeping with him. When the 3 of them came to another city, the young marshal was caught by the police. I didn't expect the young marshal to be sent to prison. Instead, he was sent to the presidential office. It turned out that the young marshal answered the question that no one had answered in 500 years. His IQ caught the president's attention. The president decided to appoint the young marshal as the Minister of Internal Affairs. He held a national speech conference. Let the young marshal with a high IQ specially solve the problem that crops cannot grow. So the young marshal took advantage of the change of plants. Let people bring Xiao Mei back to their side first. They want to take the opportunity to escape, but because the guards are too strict, they can only solve the problem of crops first. In the future, the world will use drinks to irrigate crops. Drinks are used in various places in place of water. Even newborn babies don't drink milk powder and drink drinks because they think water is used to flush the toilet. The young marshal explained the role of water to the president and officials, but they couldn't understand. The young marshal had to say that he could talk to the crops. They said they needed water. That's why they used water on the crops. But it's been hundreds of years since they used drinks to irrigate crops. Drinks have also become an indispensable thing for people because the crops can't grow. The angry crowd attacked the presidential office. The young marshal was also punished and thrown into the wrestling ring. A big stone was tied to his foot. This time, the young marshal can't escape. He's going to have a car race with 2 armored cars, although the young marshal designed to hit the armored car back, but he was forced into a dead end by the fire. At the same time,